Okay, it's an unusual time for me to be filming. It's Tuesday, it's during the work day, but we are going to be doing a lot of duck derby talk, so we're going to make this happen. I have a list so I don't forget anything. If you're a regular viewer or subscriber, welcome back. If you are new, welcome. And hopefully you'll enjoy what you see and you'll enjoy going along for the ride. First off, I want to show off my 20 Years of Quacky t-shirt. Let's check this out. This is some of our limited edition gear. If they are still for sale, because they are limited edition, I will put the link down below and hopefully you can snag one. There's t-shirts, there's tank tops, there's hoodies, there's sweatshirts, there's coffee mugs. I know Jen Lee from Quirks and Stitches snagged one of those. There's tote bags. And this is like every quacky representation that we've had in 20 years of doing this fundraiser. And I've only been involved since 2013, but I mean, that's a pretty long time to be a part of this. Let's see. I also want to first off mention my new glasses. I really like these. They are, they've got some flex to them, and they've got metal edges, which is something that I'm not used to. It's a little bit of a different shape than I'm used to. These are from Zinff. They reached out to me, I talked about in a previous video, for a collaboration, and told me they'd send me a couple of pairs of free glasses if I would wear them in a future video and talk about them and kind of give an honest review. And I have to say I really like them. I really, really like these. And they sent me a pair with like the blue light blocking technology, which I've honestly never shelled out the extra money for. And I know some of you are yelling at me because it's oh so important to take care of your eyes, and we stare at screens so much. And I'm still, every time I've ordered glasses, I've been like, I don't need that. I probably need that. So there's these. These are called, the frames are called Fatale, which I kind of loved. They've got this, like, they call it a floral pattern, but it's basically a reddish orange and black tortoise. And I really dig them. I really, really dig these. They come in these cool little boxes with, you know, your usual cleaning cloth, and then they come with like promotional stuff on the inside. But how neat is that? We love fancy boxes in this community. The other pair that I got, I haven't actually like worn a whole lot yet, but they're called Gaia. Can't see you. Let's get these on so I can see you. There we go. They're really cool. I've always wanted a pair of more cat eye glasses, and I just haven't ever pulled the trigger on them. So I got these in this really funky colorway, and I like them. I like them a lot. In fact, I might wear these the remainder of the video. So if you've never ordered glasses online before, there are some important things to know. You need to have your accurate prescription. Most online people want your pupillary distance, which isn't always on your prescription, so you need to get that from your eye doctor. You also kind of need to know what shape your face is, and it also helps to know, like, if you have a square face or a heart-shaped face, but it's also really helpful to know what millimeter width of frame fits you well, what bridge width fits you well. Do you like it when your lens height or width isn't over or under a certain size? And if you've ordered glasses before and you're like, this pair is my favorite because they fit me so well. Like, I know on Zinff, that's what I did. I took a few pair of favorite glasses that I had ordered from other places, and I kind of plugged in the range that they are, which is how I got really great fitting glasses this time. So if the glasses didn't fall in that range, I didn't even look at them, because I knew once they got here they were going to feel too small for my face, or they were going to be way too big for my face and they might try to fall off. So that's my advice on getting a good fitting pair of glasses. because I've ordered a lot. And I've gotten many a pair that once they got here I was like, these just don't fit me, or they don't really look right on me. They're not the right size. So that's my advice. I'm going to put a link for both of these pairs in the description box below. I am also going to put a promotional code down below, Emily50, and you can plug that in and get 50% off of your frames using that promo code that they've provided me, and 10% off your lenses. And that's a really good deal. I don't know that I'll order any else from them immediately, but they did have one pair out of stock that I really, really wanted. I might get those. They were called Maple, and they were another kind of reddish pair with almost like a brow line of a different color. They were pretty cool. Okay, it's a lot about glasses, but I know a lot of us wear them. And I mean, if you've got to wear glasses, you want them to be cool. And I think you can tell from the way that I create my space. I mean, boring isn't okay. So I really want something that's going to show some personality. Okay, let's see. I got a tattoo. If you've been on my Facebook or on my Instagram, you've seen it. I got it on Saturday. It's still healing, but it's healing amazingly fast, and it looks so good. So, check this out. How good does that look? I love it. I absolutely am in love with it. Like, I can see it like this, but like I keep just like snapping pictures of it and staring at it because I think it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. I just gave the artist like some different images that I thought were really cool, and I told him I wanted a really cool haunted house, spider webs, a moon, and some kind of like creepy floral or vine motif that tied it together. And I mean, he nailed it. He knocked it out of the park. And I don't know if you guys can see this, but he put so much detail in it. You can see every single board. He drew in every single board in detail of that house. If you're in the Atlanta area and you're interested, reach out to me and I can give you his information or the shop information. I don't think I'll ever go anywhere else. In early June, I'm going to Seattle. I'm going to Seattle for the National CASA Conference. And I'm going to fly out there and stay in downtown Seattle. And my sister's going to go with me. And if I mentioned this already, I'm sorry, but I'm super excited. So I'm going to Seattle. My sister's going with me. My youngest niece is going. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be out there for almost a week. And if you know of something that is really awesome that we have to see or do, that we can walk to or Uber to from the downtown Seattle area, I'm going to be within walking distance of Pike Place Market. So let me know. Put it in the comments down below because I'm interested. I would really like to wander out to Forks, nerd alert, where Twilight took place, but that's like a 3.5 hour drive. So if you're aware of anything related to the series, because I was at a good age when that came out and my niece is still into it, that's closer into Seattle, let me know. Let's see. Let's talk more about Duck Derby and what it's about and what we do. As I've told you before, and as I'm going to the conference, I work for CASA, which is Court Appointed Special Advocates, and we advocate for kids in the foster care system or who have some kind of DFACS court-related involvement. We focus in on kids in foster care, though. If you're not that familiar with the system, basically when there's some imminent risk of harm or harm has already occurred, children can come into the care of the state, and their parents have to like work a case plan through the court system and get their children back. We want parents to get their children back. That's the goal. Unless they don't make improvements and they can't safely do that. My air conditioning is finally cutting off. So we work with the children and we make sure that they're advocated for, that they have what they need. We write reports that we turn into the court system, to the judge and to the attorneys, that kind of gives a synopsis of what our understanding is of what's happening on the case, where we've talked to everyone, we've visited everyone, and how the kids are doing, what the kids want. Because a lot of times, if the kids aren't at court already, we don't want their voice to kind of fall to the wayside. So we put front and center, like, this is what the kid wants. It's kind of important. A typical day, like this morning, I was in a lot of virtual court. I have been communicating a lot with volunteers, planning visits, troubleshooting issues, things that kids need, making sure they get their medical appointments and that that's advocated for, making sure they have the clothes that they need. I'll be going to a kid's IEP meeting on Friday to make sure that everything is advocated for him and he's okay at school. Make sure kids have counseling, because being taken out of your home is a major trauma and that shouldn't be overlooked, and we need to make sure these kiddos have the support that they need. So we do a lot of different things, and that's just my division of our agency. We do a lot. I have approximately 20 volunteers that I supervise. Those volunteers are responsible for typically around 50 to 60 kids. And if you're like, whoa, Emily, that's a lot. You can't do all that. You're right, I can't. That's why we have volunteers. And our Child Protective Services, and it's called DFACS here, they can't do all that either. And we expect them to. But we have to realize that they're human, and like their ability to get all of that done, I mean, sometimes things are going to slip through the cracks. And that's not okay, but that's also why we're here, to kind of help them make sure that that doesn't happen. So go volunteer, adopt some ducks, help us do this work. I have at my feet a lot of things that have come in the mail in the past week since I filmed that are going to be prizes that I'm going to give away outside of things I've already shown you and a lot of things that I haven't shown you. We're just going to open these packages up together and hopefully get you excited, and you'll run and adopt ducks and forward me those receipts. I've already opened them all, but I haven't looked at them. So we're just going to pull these out and we're going to see what they are. So if one of these is from you, maybe this will be exciting. Something else I want to say that I need to make sure that I'm more adamant about saying in the future, don't send me money. My company covers shipping costs for this since I've started doing it and raising a decent amount of money for our organization. So don't send me money for shipping. If you send me money for shipping, I'm going to contact you and either get it back to you, buy ducks in your name, or buy something for the giveaway. Like, don't send me money. Cool. Stitchers are the absolute best people in the world. This is, yes, a whole bunch of zipper pulls, whatever you want to use these for. These are amazing, and I'll include these in lots of giveaways. Let's find some colors that will show up a little bit better. These are awesome. These are absolutely awesome. So if you win, there's a good chance you're going to get one of these. Thank you, Chris. Okay. Let's get these back in here so I can log them when I'm done with this. I have a nice little basket to organize because it's all about organization. Speaking of organization, ways that you guys can help me out, because I am one person. If you buy ducks more than once, trying to get to the grand prize, which is a guaranteed virtual hangout with Brenda and Laura and Nicole and me, but you know, me, low on the totem pole. If you're trying to buy extra ducks to win that prize, when you forward me that second or third receipt, make sure you tell me, hey, I've bought before, add these to what I already have. And that makes me like aware, and I don't just add your name in without realizing that, and I'll add them together. One person. Please help me out. The other thing is, if you have told me that you are submitting a prize and you're not mailing it to me, that you are going to mail it yourself, or it's a gift certificate, or something of that nature where I'm not physically touching it or handling it, double check with me that I have that logged, because a lot has happened in the past couple of months and my brain is not 100% working. It's just not 100% working. So while I think, actually I know I don't have everything. I'm not even going to say I think I have everything. I know I don't have everything logged. I need to go back through, but help me out and double check with me. That is one reason that at the beginning I say contact me through my Gmail, because that gives me one avenue where everything should be coming through. And I'm not saying like, all you people that reached out to me on Instagram and Facebook or text messaged me, but it's just, it's like all these different places the information is coming from. And I really try to capture it all, but it's hard. It is difficult. So help me out. Make sure that I have your stuff logged. Hopefully I do. This one is from Dee, who is fantastic. I met Dee in New Jersey, and she is one of my absolute favorite people. I'm not just saying that. Donation to the drive. So she sent stuff in a project bag here. There is a ton of floss. Some really cool specialty floss. Ooh. There is a hanger to put the finished project on. And here we go. This is a Pattern of the Month Halloween series. Guys, that's cool. That is super cool. Thank you, Dee. Somebody's going to love to win this. So this looks like it's all the different parts of the Stony Creek set. So yeah, you could win this for Duck Derby and have it done by Halloween. That would be phenomenal. So one of the things that I might do for this is see if, put a zipper pull with it, and I would see if any of the fabric that's been donated is big enough for that, if it really coordinates well for that, if it's something I would choose, and I might kit that up with that. So that's the kind of thing that I'm doing as I organize stuff. McKenna, I know this is from you, but I questioned it when it came in, because typically when you send me mail, it doesn't have my given name on it. She usually writes something ridiculous with my address. So it threw me off a little. McKenna sent a $50 gift certificate to her shop. And she also sent a copy of the ES Spot Motif Sampler, which she had got the rights to, had recharted, and then she kitted it up with a DMC. So I know this was a unicorn chart for so many people for so long, and it is phenomenal. And let's see, I haven't seen this. Ooh, yeah, that's good quality. Yeah, that's really, really nice. So if you've been hesitant to buy that, don't hesitate. It's good. So this chart, which has long been a unicorn, kitted up. And I'll see if I can't throw a piece of linen into that too if I'm able. This is from Robin, and she told me that she was sending me this kit. She's with Sampler Bird Stitchery, and this is a tomato scissor fob kit. Pretty cool. And you can see all of the goodies there on the back to completely put that whole thing together. We still got a stack, guys. Wow, this one's heavy. This is from Sarah. Sarah sent me a lot of linen. We've got some 40 count baby sheep, 40 count little bunny. I'm guessing those are XG designs. They don't say. And that's a lot. Like, that feels like a fat half. This is a fat half of 40 count Weeks Dye Works straw. And this is his Weigart base. That's nice. 40 count Up in the Attic. Oh, she sent good stuff. This is a 40 count Picture This plus Heartland. This is also looks like a fat half. Yeah. Lots of great linens that I'm going to be able to match up with things. Thank you so much, Sarah. This one is from Chelsea. Chelsea, who made me this blanket. And Chelsea made some project bags to go with some kitted up things. Ooh. Hope the bags didn't get too squished. Hopefully they didn't take too long to get there either. Hope all is well. We're good. I am going to hopefully get everything lotted up into lots by next Friday, the 6th. Yes, next Friday is May 6th. And I hope to have everything finalized and done by then. Any super last minute things I can kind of drop in different lots. But I hope to have things together and take photographs. These are nice, right? Wow. Chelsea, you do such a good job. Just such a good job. So these are nice. These would be really good if you were stitching the new Blackbird, Humming of the Bees. Or that hats piece. The very, very first one that they ever put out. Which I don't know why it's eluding me, but it's got the giant bee scap in the middle. Would both be really, really nice. So there's these. There. This is from, it says P. Douglas. Patricia. I was like, I know your first name, it's not coming to me. She sent charts, which is A-okay. Let's see. Didn't you guys love watching me do all this? Sending a few more charts for the Duck Derby. Sure, it will be a great success. Have a wonderful spring. Looking forward to watching all the fun begin in May with the Derby. It's gonna be exciting because we're gonna give away a lot of stuff this time, I think. So she's sending instead of sheep, we have the drawn thread Autumn Arbor, the drawn thread A House in the Country, Forget Me Not the Sampler Maker. That's cute. And then we have Autumn Fairy. Now this girl has got some character. She's fun. There's feathers in her hair, dude. So there's that. Put that right there. And please please know I'm like reduce, reuse, recycle. So if you're sending anything that's helpful for me, like a piece of cardboard when you mail me stuff, I'm sticking it aside and I'm reusing it when I mail stuff out. Because that's just how I roll. And get this back in here. This is from Chris. Reuse and recycle. Wow, Chris. She sent a box of charts. Oh, wow. Gentleman's Daughter. You had me at Flamingo. Ooh, Brenda Gervais, a sampler Petite Collection 1. Burr, It's Cold Outside. Reflect Upon Your Present Blessings. Spring Flower Maidens. And I know some of you are probably just watching so that you can see, oh, I might want to buy that. You're going to have to pause. I can't slow down too much. There's a lot of stuff. Candy Cane Wishes. Autumn by Tralala. Oh, that's cute. And then we've got, okay, I don't speak French. I'm just going to hold these up. Peppermint House by Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. That's cute. I don't think I've ever seen that. And then there's a couple more in that series. We've got Gingerbread House, Sugar Cookie House, and then we have some Prairie Schoolers, but these definitely, they're reprints, I think. We have Village Green, which has always been a really pretty one. The Drawn Thread Christmas Thoughts Sampler. This is a good one. A Perfect World by the Scarlet House. Flea Market Flowers by Lori Holt. Some Little House Needleworks. This is the 13 Colonies, which I've always thought was really pretty. Chart number 72 of the Library by Little House. Fall for Autumn by Erica Michaels. These are amazing. So it looks like the Summer Schoolhouse Lessons 1 through 4. You guys are too good to me. Lottie Da Sophia Church. Yep. Plum Street Samplers, The Gather In. And last but not least in here, Stacy Nash, Boxwood Manor Sewing Book and Thread Keep. Ooh, I don't know if I've ever seen that one. Sometimes things come out and they just kind of get lost in the shuffle. But they're amazing designs. That's really pretty. Okay. Let me put it back in this box so as not to get things mixed up. 2 more boxes of what's coming this week. Oh. Sorry for the delay in shipping. I was traveling. Oh, cool. In a really nice bag. There's some 28 count linen pieces, a whole group, all these different Zweigarts and 28 counts. It's amazing. Oh, Pink Cottage School. Hello from Liz Matthews. Elizabeth Hunt from With Thy Needle and Thread. Brick House Sampler by Brenda Gervais. Sarah Woodham, 1770. I think I have this one. Plum Street, The Queen Sampler. That's one that you don't see a lot. I want to say Diana has this one. Our Lasting Friendship by Blackbird Designs. This is one I need to get my hands on. For some reason, I never bought it. Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. Merrily, Merrily We Welcome Spring. The Winter Has Passed. I've always loved this one. Beautiful blues. Amy Can, 1831, from Hands Across the Sea. Set Your Mind at Ease. This is a needlework press. Mary Taylor Stackney. This is by Lila's Studio. I have the small version of this. I'm actually starting this year for my 40 starts, and it's basically just the bottom half. These are all phenomenal. I don't want to say best for last because this is all amazing, but I've kind of been saving this one to open last because I have no idea what it looks like. And Cheryl sent this quilt, and I'm pretty excited to see what it looks like that we're going to be able to offer you guys as a giveaway. It looks like another batik quilt, which is super exciting. Oh, okay. Guys. If you're not buying ducks for the possibility of winning things like this, I don't know what you're doing with life. Look at this quilt. Let me get back. Knocking things over. It's so big. Guys. Cheryl, this is amazing. This is so pretty. It's a beautiful printed quilt fabric of this batik, and it looks like she's ran it on a long arm machine. But how wonderful would this be to curl up under and stitch? Okay. Let me get this folded back. As per usual, to win any of this stuff, go to my link down below. I know Brenda and Laura talked about it in their past video, but if you purchase, make sure that you're buying under our staff link. That gives me a staff credit. And wait for your receipt in your email. When you receive your emailed receipt, forward that to me at emilyciavarro@gmail.com. Whew, I'm out of breath. And that gives you entries into the giveaway. I have an Excel spreadsheet that I calculate everything on, and I will enter your name one time for each duck that you adopt. If you don't get a receipt, a few people have reached out to me and be like, my receipt never came. Check your spam. Could be in there. A screenshot of your confirmation page where it tells like your name and contact information, and it shows the little like number of entries and how, because I need to know how many ducks you bought. That's the biggie. It needs to have your name on there. It needs to tell me how many ducks you bought. You You can screenshot that and send it to me. A few people have sent me a screenshot of where it has cleared their bank and it says local rubber duck race. So, and I know how many ducks cost what because I've entered so many. So you can send a screenshot of that to me, and just, of course, cropping out any identifying bank information of yours that I do not want, nor do I need. So just send me that. Easy peasy, I'll get you entered. The wonderful Kathleen Salick, she has donated a hand-hooked wool rug previously. She is donating a hand-hooked wool rug again. She is mailing it to the winner. I will put a picture of it right here. Pictures do not do her rugs justice. They're beautiful. They are amazing. The texture, the detail. I assumed when I got all of this in this week that the package that came in from her was the prize for Duck Derby. And I let it sit on my dining room table with all of the other packages that came in so I could open them all at once and get them logged, and it wasn't, you know, an everyday task. She messaged me last night and she said, "Hey, did you get a package for me?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, it's on my dining room table. I'll open it in my video when I'm going to open all the other ones." And she was like, "Oh, that's not the prize. That's for you." She sent me this rug for my 40th birthday. I'm showing it to you because I'm super excited about it, and because maybe it will give you an idea of how much you want to adopt ducks to have the chance at winning the rug she's donated. Because this thing's amazing. Guys, how beautiful is this? And I'm going to bring it up close so that you can see some of the details. Look at this. Look at all of the shading and different colors of wool. Look at these. Her cute little green feet. This is, I mean, I love it. I have to figure out where I'm going to hang it. Am I going to hang it in here? Is it going to go in my bedroom? I kind of wish I had, oh my gosh, it would look so good in here. I'm going to have to figure this out. I love her. She can move into my house. So yeah, she's phenomenal. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Kathleen. Put that there. I know I'm forgetting stuff. This is why I made a list. Oh, so seriously, if you are unfamiliar with foster care and kind of what a typical situation looks like, I'm going to put a link to a video down below that we did not do. It was not done by our agency. I'll send the link to where it's been put up on YouTube by who did create it, I believe. We use it in our training. If you are easily triggered by child neglect or domestic violence, don't watch it. If you really want a good idea of what it looks like for some of our kiddos, watch it. And some kids don't go through stuff like this. Some kids have a much better foster care experience. Some kids go through worse than this. Some kids, I mean, every kid's story is different, but this video is really eye-opening. It's called Removed, and it's emotional, but I'm going to put the link down below because I feel like anybody who is giving to something like this, it's a good idea to have an idea of the kind of kids that you're helping. And also, maybe it'll touch you in a way where you will find out a way to give back directly in your local community. Maybe you'll become a CASA volunteer in your local community if you're within the US. So please watch that. It's so good. Hey, let's actually look at cross stitch. In the past week, I've worked on 2 different things. We're 40 minutes in and I'm showing you my first whip. I had started Plum Street Samplers, Friends of the Heart. I started this with Jen Lee and Olivia. So good, so good. Started this on a piece of Silkweaver Driftwood. Here are my threads, la la la. Not a ridiculous amount done, but I'm digging it. That beautiful color of the pomegranates is Weeks Dye Works Terracotta. I feel like maybe I did show this to you guys last time, but I had not completed all of this work on it. The only other thing that I have worked on since we spoke last is what I'm going to be working on for the rest of April. And that is something inspired by Brenda, of Brenda and Laura. And that is Caroline Amelia Trowell by Brenda Gervais. This is a reproduction of an antique sampler, which you look at it and you think, I mean, that might be something that Brenda would just design herself, but no, here's the antique. I am doing this on a piece of Fiber on a Whim linen. And I was actually talking with Michelle Cozy Egg about this linen earlier and how much I really like Fiber on a Whim. I feel like the linen, you know how some linens feel kind of flimsy and some feel like they've got more, they're a little bit more substantial. Like if you're familiar with how Picture This Plus is, for example, really different from like Lakeside or Weeks Dye Works, to me, Fiber on a Whim feels more like Picture This Plus. But the coloration is more like some of the other like smaller niche dyers. I love it. I have not gotten a piece of Fiber on a Whim where I was like, nah, it's all right. That's okay. A lot of my starts this year are on pieces of Fiber on a Whim that I've bought. This is Latte. I actually think, Diana, I think you gave me this one. So this is what you gave me, and I'm doing Caroline Amelia Trowell on it. And it's gonna be phenomenal. You like my little squirrel needle minder? Pretty sure I got that from Avika at Mad for Minders, because I pretty much buy all of my minders from Avika. So good. So I'm working on this until Sunday? I don't know. I'm changing to something new on the 1st. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tell you what I'm starting on the 1st. So if you have this one and you're like, I want to start that with you, jump in. I have wanted to stitch a drum for so long, and I have not done it. So I'm finally going to stitch a drum, and it's going to be the Dark Horse Pin Cute Drum by Stacy Nash. Let me show you the back, because it's got this little flower and this cool little horse. And I think it looks like the same horse that's on my Butternut Tavern. So I feel like Stacy Nash, you see some repeated motifs and images in some of her designs, which I'm fine with. It makes them all kind of go together. So maybe this will go on my mantle when it's done near Butternut Tavern. I am stitching this in the called for threads. on a small piece that I have of vintage pecan butter by Lakeside, which I know Lakeside at the moment is kind of holy grail, but I've wanted to stitch this for so long. It's worth it. It's worth using for this. So this is what I'm starting on May 1st. I may put my planned starts down below in the description box too, just kind of with what I'm planning and the dates and stuff, in case anybody does want to start anything with me. But some things have already changed from my original plans, and some things may change again. So just be aware. No Emily plans are set in stone. They're very moldable. Speaking of which, these two have been added in. And I've already told you, I think, that these have been added in. But I'm working on getting them kitted up. This one, Sweet Megan gave me the threads for my birthday. And this is Christy Barron. Christy's going to go in this bag from Story Owl Stitchery. And I have to put a piece of fabric with her. So I have to dig through and find that. So this is getting left out so I can find fabric. This bag you've seen already. This is also Story Owl Stitchery. And I put only one thing in this bag. Ann Roberts, where I'm going to Story Ann Roberts. And you know what? Let's take Ann out. Because one of the reasons that Ann has not been kitted up is because I keep looking at the front cover. And I look at that patchwork house. And I think, how is that not variegated thread? Because this is kitted for NPI with a DMC conversion. Yeah. It's literally patchworked all those different colors. Maybe I just need to get the DMC and kind of see how I feel about them. And I'll put it on a really cool overdyed linen. Maybe something by Fiber on a Whim. Okay, so next time you see me, I will have gotten the DMC for this. And we're going to see how I feel about it. Because we know Emily doesn't stitch with silks. Because if Emily's spending all this other money on cross-stitch stuff, I got to draw the line somewhere. And silks is it. Plus, Emily has serious anxiety, which causes a lot of cuticle and nail chewing. Do you know what doesn't go well with silks? Rough cuticles. And I'm also too lazy to constantly put lotion on my hands. Just a little real life information. This is an out of print chart. I'm apologizing in advance. Michelle Cozy Egg and I are starting this on the only Friday the 13th of this year, which is in May. This is the Primitive Needle Tombstone Spots. And I have it pulled out because I put lots of fabrics in here, sure that I wanted a gray. Speaking of which, here's some Fiber on a Whim that I didn't realize I had stuck in here. This is Cypress by Fiber on a Whim. Letitia gave me that. Then I have some Lakeside Vintage Tarnished Silver. And I had decided I thought I wanted to do it on this piece of Picture This Plus Dapple. But the fact that I had all of these in here says I really wasn't sure. And now I'm tossing these aside. was after seeing Amy Baruch's and talking about it further with Michelle. I really want this on more of a taupe or a brown linen. I just do. There's so much green in here that I think that the brown will make the colors pop off a little more. So I'm going to dig back through my stash. I may have ordered some from Christine that Hollis Hands Creates. And I will find the perfect linen for this, even if it's a copycat of what Michelle is using. She chose Fiber on a Whim Affogato. So if I end up going with that, know that it's because Michelle's a genius. So there's this. These are ones I have to finalize before they get started. And I had my sheet with notes and I buried it. Here it is. The only other stuff left that I was going to show you guys is things that I'm into right now. And, you know, I think I'll wait and do the plants next time because I've already been talking for almost an hour and you're probably tired of plants. So I will just mention 3 other things that I'm really into. I have started rewatching Ghost Whisperer. I've seen all of the episodes like 2 or 3 times, but I love it. So I'm rewatching that and thoroughly enjoying it. It's kind of a comfort show while I stitch in the evenings if Jim's doing something else. So I'm doing that. It's on Hulu if you're interested. I think I'm on season 2 right now. I'm still really enjoying HelloFresh. We went on a break of it and I realized I can easily, if I'm trying to eat similarly healthy, spend way more at the grocery store than if I'm doing it through HelloFresh. So like, let's see, I made a ravioli through them the other night, which Jim really liked. I roasted some red peppers and tomatoes in the oven myself and put it in with like a spinach ricotta ravioli and a sauce, and it was amazing. Tonight, I think I'm going to make some creamy dill chicken with some roasted broccoli and roasted potatoes. And tomorrow night, I think I have on the menu, it's ramen noodles, but it's their ramen noodles, which is totally different than what you ate in college. And like you boil the noodles and you make like this Szechuan sauce, and I think this one has beef to go with it. It sounds really good. Jim doesn't love spicy food, but I do. So about once a week he has to get over it and we eat spicy. He's fine. Don't feel bad for him. And I just really enjoy it. And sometimes it's not even unusual things. Like I think what's coming this Thursday, I think meatloaf is one of the things that I'm making. And it's just good old simple meatloaf. And they send you just enough to make 2 small meatloaves for 2 people with like a vegetable and a starch. I love it. I really enjoy it. The week that I was at my sister's and spent the week with them, I actually told one of my coworkers who's like in her early 20s, and she and her fiance eat like 12-year-olds. And I tell her this to her face. I pick on her all the time. I'm like, there's more to life than chicken fingers and mac and cheese. So I told her, I was like, Jim's not going to cook these for himself. He's absolutely not. Here's, you know, the code for my garage. Go to my house, get these out of the fridge, take them home, and cook them for you and your fiance. And she was like, okay. She was really nervous about it because they only eat chicken fingers and mac and cheese, basically. She made a mushroom ravioli, and she hates mushrooms, and she said it was amazing and they loved it. She made these pork tenderloins with, I forget what the sauce was, but it had like ginger and thyme in it. And she was like, it sounds weird. And I was like, trust the recipe, make it. And she made it, and she was, that was amazing. It was so good. And, you know, like, it takes you outside of your comfort zone just a little bit and has you try things that maybe you haven't tried before. And I've learned cooking techniques that I didn't know before. So I'm really into that. If you're interested, I'll put a link for that down below too, but no pressure. I have been burning candles again. And I've seen a lot of, and I haven't looked it up to see if there's any truth behind it or not, but I've seen some bad press on Bath and Body Works recently as far as fertility and their products and some of the ingredients being bad for you. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. Look into it yourself. If I'm burning their candles and using their products, I probably should be looking into it, but at this point I'm 40 and I've been using their products since I was an early teenager. I'm not having kids. That ship has sailed. But they have this blueberry candle that I am obsessed with. I love it. It smells so good. And it's not just me. I was burning it on Sunday because I was doing laundry, I was stitching, I was kind of trying to get my house in order and get things straightened up. And my middle niece came by and she walked in the house and she said, "Your house smells amazing. Why does your house smell so good?" And not that it normally smells like crap. But I was like, it's this Bath and Body Works candle. It's like blueberry waffles or something is the name of it. And she was like, that smells so good. I was like, yeah, I know. I have like 2 other ones in my laundry closet because I refuse to run out of that particular candle because I love it so much. Now that I've said this, watch them stop making it. Because there used to be one that I would buy at Kohl's, and it was called Blueberry Muffin, and the Food Network made that candle, and then they stopped making it. But now Bath and Body Works makes blueberry waffles. I guess I just love the smell of blueberry scented food because I'm a chunky girl. But anyway, check that out. Blueberry candle. Yeah, that's it. Other than plants, I guess that's all I had to talk about. She says all I had to talk about, and it's an hour in. So, Duck Derby. Adopt your ducks. Send me your receipts. I haven't quite hit 1,000 sales yet, and we have 2 weeks left. So adopt your ducks and send me your receipts. Last year, we almost hit 4,000. The year before that, we almost hit 5,000. Come on, guys. We can do this. We can knock this out of the water. And the more entries you have, the more likely you are to win cool stuff. And there's some really cool stuff. Also, don't forget the promotion, the glasses by Zinff. And so Emily50, use the link down below and check out their glasses because I'm really happy with them. They're pretty darn cool. And this is from a person who has gotten glasses from, you know, from my actual optometrist. Ordered lots of glasses from Zinff. I like these. They shipped from Plato, Texas. And when they emailed me to tell me that they had shipped them, I already had them. Like, because I didn't order them. Like, it was all email communication. But, I mean, they shipped that fast. They were like, oh, by the way, we sent those. And I'm like, yeah, I know, I have them. So, it was really great communication. And I was pleased. So, check them out. Until then, I'm going to try to come back at you another time or two between now and Duck Derby because promoting is half of what makes this happen. And reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns or issues. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. And thanks so much.